I have a question for each one of you. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Nichols, about El Salvador. You and I, we were at the second inaugural for President Bukele. We agreed that the guy has done a great job, that he has secured and eradicated the roots of violence in El Salvador. Now he's starting a second phase to bring prosperity and to bring investments, American investments, and to be able to grow the economy. But they need international financing. They need for the United States to bless them so the international banking community opens up and starts giving them loans. Are we ready to bless the Bukele administration so they can start that second phase and bring prosperity, economic prosperity, to the country?
So we very much want to work with the government of El Salvador to promote economic growth in the country. I think among the challenges to increasing the levels of foreign direct investment in El Salvador are ensuring that the system of rule of law in El Salvador is transparent and gives investors equitable treatment, and that's something that we want to work with this government on. And I know from the conversations we had when we were in country at the same time that President Bukele is interested in working with us on that.
Are we interested in working with him?
Yeah, yes. We had a high-level delegation to his inauguration, and we want to work with his government on these issues. There are a number of things that we think will improve the economic situation in El Salvador, but the United States is not the only actor in this space, and obviously—
But you know it's always the most important one, because everyone wants American companies to go and set up shop and absorb some of the labor force and bring prosperity. You know, the Americans, that's why we're in this hearing, because everyone wants to deal, everyone meaning the Western Hemisphere, wants to deal with the Americans. Not only American governments, but the American companies, everything that says USA. Do you agree?
Well, let me give you a specific example of a concern that we expressed, which is limitations on the use of cloud servers in the financial services sector. So that means that the most secure ways of storing financial information are not available to U.S. companies or their customers for things like mortgages, for example. So all that information has to be stored in El Salvador under their current laws. Allowing cloud data services would allow greater security and would meet the high standards that U.S. and other international companies expect. So working with the government of El Salvador to change that requirement is something that would immediately improve the investment environment.
Well, those are technical details that I am sure, if there's political willingness, will be able to be worked out. Thank you, Mr. Nichols.